So I was sitting here and I was like, I heard this on social media. They were talking about, the storm Area 51. And I said, yeah, whatever happened to that? Like, why did we never storm Area 51? And it was weird because it was like a dream. You know what I mean? Like I was like I'm thinking it's like it was a few years ago. I was like maybe it was more than that. But then I looked and I said 2019 before the pandemic. Like I said, oh, we were going wild, you know? And I said, wow, because my daughter, she was born October 12th, 2019. And I remember that my last appointment, they were saying that the flu was going out of control. And, then when I had her on 2019, when I had her on October 12th of 2019, they were like, yeah, get the flu vaccine. It's going crazy. We don't know what's going on. And, I don't normally believe in all that stuff, but all my kids, little fun fact, all my kids were born during the summer, in July 21st, July 28th, July 31st. So when I had her in the fall, I got like, and I should never have let fear take over my life. And that's why I always tell people, don't let fear take over. And I got the flu vaccine. Ever since then, I have high blood pressure and other things have been going on. And I told myself I should have never took that flu vaccine. Never should have took it. But I was scared because I had her during the fall months and they were like, yeah, the flu is crazy. Oh my goodness, babies are getting sick, mothers are getting sick. And I was like, you know. So, and I knew I couldn't, I was like, I can't really have her outside like that because it was so cold. Especially we live in the Midwest. And it was so cold out here. And I was like, oh, I can't really have her outside. It's so cold. Da, da. And I should have never did it. But I started thinking, I was like, wow. I said, this is crazy that all this was happening. And then I like looked into it more, right? And I found an article. It says June 20th, 2019, podcaster Joe Rogan. I know he's not that famous with a lot of people and there's a lot of things, but this is what I found. So, podcaster Joe Rogan released an interview with Bob Lazar. I hope I said his last name right. Lazar. Lazar is a cult figure in UFO sorcerers at Area 51, the classified Air Force base in Nevada, where the U.S. government is rumored by some to have make secret contact with extraterrestrial beings. So basically, his millions of followers saw this interview and boom, September 17th to 21st was born. Now, it never happened. In my case, I believe it never happened because they said a lot of influencers from different social medias came, they saw this, and they were like, yeah, I feel like people were just doing this more for views and more for just building their channels and things like that. But I said, imagine if the right people had gotten a hold of this. Imagine if it wasn't just influencers trying to gain popularity, but imagine the regular folks really woke up, which I think they were waking up, and they got a hold of this. And then I said, wow, right when people were about to storm Area 51 and say, open up your doors, the Air Force was like, if you come anywhere near here, we're going to end you. What do you mean you're going to end? You're going to annihilate human, U.S. citizens? Really? Like, what do you mean by that? So it was just so weird. And it was just like, how are you going to say that to like American citizens? That you're going to like end? Like, what do you even mean? So it's just like everything. And then all of a sudden, boom, pandemic happened. Shut down, shut down, shut down. You know what I mean? So you got to think, what is down there? What are they really trying to cover up? I think it will be something that will blow all our minds. And I think they're happy that it was just like influencers, but influencers, what are they? They're influencers. They can influence other people to probably not make the right decisions. So therefore, something could have came about. You know what I mean? So they got shook. They got scared. And they said, shut it all down. Shut it all down. They're waking up. Their minds are waking up. The chains are being broken off their minds. Shut it all down. Let's start injecting them. Let's start changing their DNA. Let's start putting more stuff to mess up their mindset so they can't think for themselves. You gotta think, people, what is really there that got them so shook that they threaten American citizens and that they shut everything down on? Think.